Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In my last video, I was discussing about the linearly dependent and linearly independent set of vectors. I told you the definition as well as some examples of linearly dependent and linearly independent set of vectors. Today, I'll first revise the definition and then I'll again take some more examples of linearly dependent and linearly independent set of vectors. So let's start with the definition of linearly dependent set. In this definition we have seen that we have a set of vectors n vectors which is the subset of V over F, and corresponding to these vectors there exists n scalars alpha 1 alpha 2 and so on alpha n belonging to F, and all scalars cannot be 0 in this case, such that the linear combination of n vectors, these n vectors x1 x2 and so on xn together with the scalars alpha 1 alpha 2 and so on alpha n is equals to 0. And if we write it mathematically, this is equals to alpha 1 dot x1 plus alpha 2 x2 plus and so on alpha n xn equals to 0. As I told you that some of the scalars should be non-zero, so that's why here I am writing that provided some of the scalars, that is alpha i's, are non-zero. In case of linearly independent set, again we have a set of n vectors which is the subset of V over F. Corresponding to these vectors, again some scalars exist, that is alpha 1 alpha 2 and so on alpha n belongs to F, such that the linear combination of these n vectors together with the scalars is 0, that is alpha 1 x1 plus alpha 2 x2 and so on alpha n xn equal to 0. But here all the scalars must be 0, provided that alpha 1 equal to alpha 2 equal to alpha 3 and so on equal to alpha n equal to 0, that is all the scalars must be 0. If this condition is holding, then we call S is Li, that is S is linearly independent, and in this case it is called S is LD, that is linearly dependent. So I hope the definition is clear to all of you. There are some more methods to check that whether the given set of vectors are LD or Li or not. So let's discuss them. So the next method to check whether the set is Li or not or LD or not, we will take the set of vectors v1, v2 and so on vn in form of column vector or row vector. Because they are given in the form of triads or ordered pairs, then we will take them in a matrix. We will make a matrix of all these vectors, and we will say that this set of column vectors or row vectors are LD if the matrix formed by these with the help of these vectors is equals to 0, that is the determinant of this matrix is equals to 0. If these vectors are LD, then determinant is 0, and if these vectors are Li, then determinant is non-zero. So I am writing it directly then that v1, v2 and so on vn are Li if the matrix formed with the help of these row vectors or column vectors, its determinant should be non-zero. So let's have some examples of LD and Li set, and to check LD and Li set with the help of this method. Let V is equals to R cube over R, and a set S is given minus 1, 2, 1, 3, 0, minus 1 and minus 5, 4, 3. This is our set, and we need to check that this is LD or Li. So firstly, these are row vectors. We will put them in the form of matrix. So the matrix formed with the help of these vectors must be like minus 1, 2, 1. We will put them in. You can also put them in the row wise or column wise. The answer will be same, but I am putting it column wise. 3, 0, minus 1, minus 5, 4, 3. Now we will open them up and then see then that if determinant is non-zero, we call them Li, the set of vectors S is Li, and if determinant is 0, we call that the set of vectors are Ld. So let's see, minus 1, 0, plus 4, plus 3, 4 minus 6, minus 5, minus 2, minus 0. After solving we get minus 4, minus 6, plus 10. The resultant is 0. That is, determinant of the matrix is 0. This implies that the given set of vectors, that is S, is Ld. As we seen that if the determinant of the matrix formed by the given set of vectors is 0, then we call that the set of vectors S is Ld. That's why S is Ld. Now we will take the example of linearly independent set of vectors. For the same vector space, if I take another set S1, which is consisting of 3 vectors 1, 2, 0, 0, 3, 1, minus 1, 0, 1, and then we check that whether they are Li or Ld. We just need to take the determinant of composed of these row vectors or column vectors, whatever is given in your question. So these are row vectors. We will put them in the matrix form and then try to find out the determinant. If the determinant is non-zero, we call them the set of vectors are Li. This time I will put them in form of row vectors. So they becomes 1, 0, minus 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 1. So this is our matrix. Now we will try to find the determinant. So this becomes 3 minus 0 plus 0. So this will all terms become 0 in middle, and this becomes minus 1, 2 minus 0. If we solve, this becomes 3 minus 3 minus 2, this becomes 1, which is non-zero. So the determinant of the matrix A is non-zero. This implies the set S is Li set. Now there are some theorems which helps us to check directly that the given set of vectors is Ld or Li or not. So let's talk about some theorems of the linearly independent and linearly dependent set of vectors. So in this series, our first theorem is any set containing a zero vector is Ld. That is, suppose you are getting a set in which zero vector is present, then you have no need to check the determinant of the set of vectors, or you have no need to apply the first method that I told you. You just say directly that the set of vector is Ld because zero vector is there. We will see the proof of this theorem here, and we will do some examples also. So let S is the subset of V and 0 belongs to S. This zero vector belongs to S. Now S must be of form 0, x1, x2 and so on xn. That is, there are n plus 1 vectors including 0. So if alpha belongs to F minus 0, I am excluding 0 from the field F because one of the vector is 0. So if their scalar multiple is also 0, the whole term becomes 0. That's why I am taking alpha as the non-zero scalar. And alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on, alpha n belongs to F. Now if I write the linear combination of these vectors together with these scalars, this becomes alpha dot 0 plus alpha 1 x1 plus alpha 2 x2 plus and so on alpha n xn equals to 0 vector. Now this implies what? If I write, then this can be written as 0 plus 0 dot x1 plus 0 dot x2 and so on 0 dot xn. And if I compare the multiples of x1, x2 and so on xn on both sides, I'll get alpha 1 as 0, alpha 2 is 0 and so on. alpha n, that is all the scalars are 0, and alpha is what? This can be written as 1 dot 0, so alpha is equals to 1. So there is one scalars whose value is 1. So we are getting one non-zero scalar here. So by the definition of linearly dependent set, there must be some non-zero scalar. So we are getting one non-zero scalar. That's why the set S becomes LD. And remember one thing, this is our note point, that the zero vector is always LD. Zero vector is always LD. And any set which contains zero vector, that must be LD always. So I hope the theorem is clear to all of you. There are some more theorems based on linearly dependent and linearly independent set of vectors. So let's discuss them. Now, empty set phi. This is always a linearly independent, and we will prove it now. So let S be a set of vector space V over F in which there is no element. So this is the subset of V over F, and empty set is the subset of every set. So this must be a subset of V over F. Now we need to prove that S must be Li. So how we can prove? Since there are no vectors in S, so there does not exist any vectors, any scalars, I should say, any scalars alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on, alpha n, not all 0. All the scalars may not be 0, such that, but I should say but, because all the scalars are not, there are some scalars which are non-zero, but corresponding to those scalars, the linear combination of xi together with the scalars alpha I is equals to 0 for all xi belonging to S, because there are no elements in S. So if there exist scalars such that some of the scalars are 0, but the linear combination will always be 0 because there is no element in the set S. That's why the set S becomes Li. So whenever you see a set in which no elements is there, then we call that set as Li. So I hope this is clear to all of you, and that's all for today. If you are liking my content, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.